Hurricane Ian this midday as it targets the Carolinas. The governor of South Carolina has issued a state of emergency. Ian already is one of the top 10 strongest on record in the U.S. after making landfall in Florida Wednesday. The governor of Florida confirms more than 700 rescues so far in that state and warns of many more to come. Now, Marial, you've been watching this video, you've been watching the radar. I can only imagine that people in South Carolina, in the Carolinas right now, are bracing for the unexpected. Is it going to be as bad as we saw in Florida? Do you know?
You know what? The winds are not going to be as bad, but I'm looking at feeds right now and several roads already underwater in Charleston. And what we're seeing is that just massive amounts of water also moving in. We talked about those walls of water moving in near Fort Myers. Well, that's happening now along the South Carolina coastline as Ian is working its way inland. It's working its way onto the coast now, and it's just even before Ian officially has made landfall, I mean, it's already causing massive amounts of destruction in terms of flooding.
Yeah, and even Charleston, you know, that tourist district right along the coast, it could definitely be impacted. Now, we've seen how so many tourist areas and tourist districts in Florida have been decimated.
Right, and one of the biggest reasons that we saw such big devastations in Florida was also because of the population increase in that particular area just over the last few years. A lot of new infrastructure there, so just a lot of damage, unfortunately. Yeah. And we're going to see that again as Ian makes its third landfall of its lifetime.
Well, we know you're watching and keeping us updated.
Yeah, at least I'm trying to. It changes here very, very often. So here's a look at the latest. That eye, that center of circulation, looks to already be pushing onto the shore. Now, the National Hurricane Center is the one that officially says it's made landfall, and that's what happens whenever we see the eye or the center of the circulation make its way inland, breaking that barrier. And that's what it looks like it's happening now. But even before Ian technically has made landfall, its outer bands certainly have, and that's what's causing some major flooding already in areas like Charleston, where flood warnings have been put in place since this morning. So still considered a Category 1 hurricane, max winds of 85 miles per hour, tropical storm force winds, though, all along the coastline. And what we're seeing is this band of heavy rain extending from Florence to Holly Hill to Charleston. That's where we're seeing some of the major flooding. Now, I've seen some videos coming out of there so far of water getting pushed inland as well. That's what happens on the right-hand side of the storm. So winds here move counterclockwise, and once that wind makes it onto the shore, it's helping push some of the water inland. That's why the right-hand side of the storm is the most dangerous part to be in, and that's exactly what we're seeing, unfortunately, at this hour.